Okay, hello everyone. I'm Jim Sinley for speedendurance.com and welcome to Speed Endurance TV. Today's video, I just want to go through a little explanation on the talk I had with Ryan Banta with regards to the testing and correlation to sprinting. So I have a little slide deck here that I'm going to start. Let me share my screen. Okay, so there's really 12 tests that I really believe in for sprinters, from 100-meter sprinters to 400-meter sprinters. And it all started back on a Twitter post on April 30th when I did 10 bounds for distance and I did 23 meters from a standing start. And I'm an old guy, that's not that good. But then Will Clay, the world-class Olympic triple jumper, did 31 meters or 34 yards. And so I sort of posted this chart to see if there's a correlation between the distance of 10 bounds and my 100-meter time. So this was the video of Will Clay jumping 34 yards. And you can see it on YouTube, how easy he makes it look. And this was the chart that I used. So I jumped 23 meters, which is anywhere around here and here. So that means I'm about 1180 to about 1230 for 100 meters. And I'm M55. And this chart is easy to find. It's part of Frank Dick, who wrote this from Track Technique way back in the 1989. You can see the article here, and you can see the Ben Johnson, Carl Lewis 10-meter splits here. And I can send this to you if you like. So this is a long video that Ryan and I did. We go in depth about all the testing, why you do them, and the reasoning behind it. And that's also on my YouTube channel. Yeah. So before I start the 12 tests, you ask, why are we doing this for? And here is the answer. It's all because of the force velocity curve. You know, I want sprinters to show up and run fast. I want people to be strong. I want them good all across the curve, not just sprinting, not just powerlifting. I want each element to be tested and make sure they're ready to race as a sprinter. And I'll break it down. Each component has about 4 tests. So for the jumping test, fairly straightforward. We do the vertical jump. We do the standing long jump. If you have access to a sandbox, great. If not, then you have to do the gymnastic landing, which the NFL Combine does, which I'm not too crazy about. But if during this pandemic, if you have no sandpit, you have no sandpit. And the one I like is the standing 10 bounds. That was the one that I did. Now, you should always be sure to measure at 5 bounds because that equals your triple jump result if you are also a triple jumper or a long jumper. And then the 4th test is the fly 5 bounds. You have a run-in of 10 meters and you do 5 bounds. If you're stronger and more experienced, you can even take 15 or 20 meter run-in, but start with 10 as a running start. And those are really the 4 tests that I do. Now there's a 5th test, which I used to do, which is standing triple jump, but I stopped doing that because, to be frank, a lot of the athletes are just not coordinated and they look just darn awful doing standing triple. So I just decided to scrap it from the routine, stick to these 4 for the jumping test. And that's it really for jumps. The running test is a good one. The running test, I do odd events, odd distances. I don't like to do 100s or 200s or 400s because we race in those. So what I do is I do 30 meters, and whether it's a fly or a 3-point start. And if you're going to do the 4x1 relay, especially if you're the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th leg, you better get good at doing a 3-point start. And you'll see that on a relay video that I can do later. 60 meters is great because at 60 meters, you can actually measure the last 30 meters, which is a good indication of max V, max velocity. And of course, as we get into the speed and special endurance, we have 150 meters and 300 meters. 300. And the 150 meters is great because it's a great race predictor for the 400. But the 300, there's a reason why I like the 300 because on a future video, I'm going to talk about the ASR, or the anaerobic speed reserve, which is the RSA, repeat sprint ability workout. And as long as you know your 30-meter and 300-meter, or any short distance or long distance, I can extrapolate or actually intrapolate what distance you should be running, whether it's 50 meters, 60 meters, 100 meters. And that's the reason why I do these distances. Another thing that I do is relay splits. Those count. So in January, in May or June, when you're doing a relay, those splits count as a test. So these are the basic 4 tests. And I like to use Freelap for my testing. This is a game changer. The old days of hand timing, someone timing on movement, just get a Freelap device and you will save all your headaches. And then last test, which is pretty self-explanatory, is the basic 4: bench press, squats, deadlifts, and cleans. And we never do 1 rep max because of injury. We always do triples or doubles, which is 3 reps or 2 reps. And that's enough for us to get a good max weight workout. My idea of bench squat deadlift ratio is around 3 to 4 to 5 ratio. Everyone's different, so that can vary from athlete to athlete. And I know Ryan Banta does 5 reps, and there is a correlation for 5 reps to 1 rep max. But these are the basic 3 or 4 weight room tests that we do. So those are just the 12 tests that I do. And you ask me, when should you test? Well, the answer is you're always testing. In the winter season, you're racing. That's your 60-meter result. Bench, squats, and weights. I always do weights all the time. So I don't need to test because I'm always testing during workouts. So there's really no special testing week that we do. We're always testing. And I think it keeps you honest. And that's really it. So, so be sure to subscribe on the link below. And for more videos, please follow speedendurance.tv.